All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and spend some time looking at how to find scholarly journals using the BRTC library database Proquest Central. Proquest Central is probably one of the more user and student-friendly databases that BRTC offers. Definitely be able to use it to find some of the best credible information out there. And while we are going to be looking at Credo reference and other stuff as well online, I definitely recommend Proquest Central above all the rest. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and scroll down just a little bit, and I do have Proquest Central bookmarked for you. So right underneath my instructor information, what you'll want to do, scroll down just a little more to where we have the BRTC library databases. That's all going to be bookmarked, and that's also in our lesson for this week. It's going to take us right to that page where it was bookmarked for that lesson. So we have the BRTC library databases right there. So anytime over the semester that you want to access one of the databases, especially Proquest Central, you'll be able to do that on the main page. So what we'll do is we'll just scroll down a little bit. And there we find Proquest, the first option. We also have Credo Reference and eBook Central down here. For Proquest Central, if you have any trouble accessing this off campus, you should be able to click on it and it takes you to where you go. But if you're not able to access the right way on campus, we have usernames and passwords you should be able to use to get on that. I believe the first one is the recommended username and password. You can also use these. If you have trouble, if you're not able to access Proquest Central using any of these or anything like that, just let me know as soon as you can, and I'll be able to find something out for you. But you should be able to access this off campus with one of these username and passwords. You may just be able to click up on Proquest Central up here, Proquest. Go ahead and click there, and it's going to take us to Proquest Central. And like I said, we're going to be looking at scholarly journals, how to access that stuff today. So as you see right above the search bar up here, we have several different options. We're going to go ahead and we'll be looking for scholarly journals. We're not going to be looking for books or videos and audio this week. We're going to go ahead scholarly journals, which will be, like I said, for your assignment, major assignments, scholarly journals, we're going to definitely be wanting to use those for those assignments, as well as peer-reviewed stuff. And we do have the option down here, as you see, to look for peer-reviewed. If we would click there, but for this week, we're just going to spend time looking at scholarly journals. But if you do want to go through the peer-reviewed material, you'll be able to do that. What we do want to do is make sure that you do pull up full text, because we definitely want full text articles. We don't want just short little abstracts or just small material sources out there that just have a little bit of information. We want full text articles. So make sure that you click on full text, as well as the scholarly journal articles, scholarly journals section up here. And then in the search bar, you just type in whatever topic or keywords that you might be looking for. So we're going to look for example, this week, we're going to go ahead and look up concussions in sports. That's the topic that we want to look up, and it already brings up several different options down here. Concussions in soccer and sports. Go ahead and click on the first option. Click on that, and it should bring us to exactly what we want to be looking for. All right, on the next page, we have a lot that was brought up. Look at this. Holy cow, 11,595 results. That's a lot of stuff for us to go through to kind of look for sources that we would want to use for our assignments. What we want to do, though, is we want to narrow this down quite a bit. We don't want sources from 20, 30, 50 years ago. We want the most up-to-date current information out there. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and scroll down, and as we see over here, it's limited to full text. We don't want peer-reviewed for today. Go ahead and scroll down a little bit, and we see that scholarly journals are checkmarked. We have custom date ranges we can do, or we can do to the last 10 or 5 years, but we want just the most current information that's out there. So we're going to do the last 12 months. And as we see, that narrowed down the results quite a bit. Out of 11,000, now we just have 603 results. So that definitely leaves us with the most current stuff, the most current information out there. And we have, of course, scholarly journals. The filters that were applied are up here. Scholarly journals, the last 12 months. And so we're going to go ahead and start looking for just looking through the sources, and we have the titles of each source up here to give us an idea of what we might want to use. So we can just go through here. It has, of course, what the scholarly journals up here. Alright, so we see one here, school level determinants of incidents of sport-related concussions. So we might click on that. That sounds like something we might want to use. Alright, and it brings up the full text article up here. So we have the full text through here. We can just scroll down and look through that like that. And up here at the top, we have the title of the source, as well as all the authors, author names, the publication, rest of the publication information, where it was published, who published it, the title of who published it. We have the date it was published, all that good stuff that we're going to want to use for our works cited page that we can put in our working bibliography as we gather that information. We got the abstract, which is basically a summary of what the source is about, so we can kind of read through that. If we don't want to go through the whole thing right away, we can just kind of look through the abstract to see what it's about, if that's something that we would want to use. Now we got the full article, the full text through here, but we would probably want to pull up a PDF version for our benefit. So over here on the left, of course, we have abstract details. It's already in full text. We want to pull up the PDF. So we go ahead and click there, and it's going to pull up a nice PDF version of the source. So we can just scroll down here, and we can make it bigger, of course, up here. And that is much nicer. And we can go through, of course, and read through it this way. Looks like we got up here, it tells us how many pages it is, and all 1 through 12 pages. We're on the first page, 1 out of 12. And of course we have all that publication information right up here at the top where we like it. The title of the source, all the author names, all that good stuff. We definitely probably want to we definitely want to have that that PDF up, especially if this is going to be a source that we use, because we want to have page numbers that we use. We have the page numbers down here for when we use when we cite that stuff. If we're going to paraphrase a section of this or summarize it, bring it into our work, into our essays, we're going to want the page numbers for that. So the full text PDF is definitely the way to go when you're looking up sources. And to keep this for us, if we read through this, we read through the abstract, we read through the source and decide, hey, this is definitely something that I want to use for my essay, we can go ahead and print that up here. Just click print, and we should be able to print. If we don't want to print all this, because some of the sources, this is only 12 pages, so that's not too bad, but some of these sources can range up to 20, 30 pages. Might not want to do that much printing, definitely. So we can go back up here to the top, And we see up here we can actually download the PDF. We can download that to our own computer. We click there, and we see over here where we can download it for ourselves. Also, when we click on that, it brings up several other sources that are suggested. Again, like I mentioned earlier, Proquest is one of the most student-friendly databases we offer. It's already suggesting several other sources that are based on the source that we've decided on. It's offering several other suggested sources for us. But again, we can download that source for ourselves. We can also email it to ourselves over here. If we just click on email, we can email that to ourselves. Just make sure we fill out all the necessary information here. We want the bibliography. Supply your email address as well as your name, and we'll be able to email that to ourselves. And we can also, what we can also do, if we're needing a little help citing for our works cited page for that publication information, those of us new to that, we have the option of citing that. So we can just click cite right up there, and it'll provide us with the works cited information, how we would want to include that at the end of our essays. And for the annotated bibliography, of course, before each paragraph summary and evaluation we have. Just make sure, of course, all our assignments for Freshman English 2, for the most part, need to be an MLA. It might be an APA when we first bring that up. Just make sure right up here at the top that you go through and do MLA. And it'll have the works cited information just how we want it. So definitely, like I said, Proquest, one of the best databases that BRTC offers, one of the most student and user-friendly, with some of the best material out there, the most authoritative, credible information out there that you could use for an academic setting.